First off, everyone knows market is crazy, crazy hot. Prices are really just going through the roof right now. Super low inventory, really competitive market. And if you cut the video off right there, you pretty much got everything you need to know. Nick Wright coming at you today with your San Diego County housing market update. It's crazy. That's pretty much the summary of our San Diego County housing market. It's pretty crazy out there. So let's take a look at it, see what we got, and go through the numbers. And before we get into it, I definitely would appreciate it if you would subscribe to the channel, hit that like button, hit that notification bell. It really helps me out, so let's check it out. This video is going to be by the numbers, just give you the data, and at the end of it, stay tuned. I'm going to kind of summarize everything and give you my perspective, a couple of really key points to really look at and understand what's going on, and to help you as a buyer, a seller, or a homeowner that's looking to possibly refinance, or a renter, kind of where you play in the mix there too. So for San Diego County as a whole, median sales price, it's up to $730,500 from $637,500 previous year. So year over year numbers. So that is a 14.6% increase, and that's about a $93,000 increase on the median sales price. Days on market, so how many days it takes for a home to accept an offer, get into escrow. Days on market was 19 days on market versus 38 days on market year over year. Our month supply of inventory, so that's how many homes are available every month for buyers to choose from. San Diego County as a whole, it is not even a whole month's of inventory. It's 0.8 months versus 2.2 months the previous year. So that's down by about 63%, which is really causing that drive in the sales price to go up. All right, and then for your North San Diego County market area, we're going to be looking at the median sales price there as well. So median sales price for just North County, we're just over $800,000 for a median sales price versus last year was just over $691,000. So that's a huge increase. That's an increase of over $113,000 on the sales price year over year, just about a 16.4% increase in sales price, which is pretty significant. Days on market, we're looking at 22 days on market versus 43 days on market the previous year. And our month supply of inventory, we're looking at 0.9 months supply of inventory versus 2.4 months supply of inventory in 2019 year over year. Looking at the Metro San Diego County area, here we saw a median sales price of $830,000, which is up, everything's pretty much up in this video, which is up from $736,000 year over year. That puts us right at a $94,000 increase in the median sales price year over year, which is right at about a 12.8% increase. Days on market for the metro surrounding areas, you're looking at 16 days on market versus 29 days on market the previous year. And looking at our month supply of inventory in that area, we're looking at 0.9 months. So again, not even a whole month's worth of supply of inventory, which is down from 1.8 months the previous year. Okay, moving on, going further south. So this is now South County area, getting into that Chula Vista National City zone. So median sales price in that area, you're looking at $669,000. So $669,000 versus $585,000 year over year. So that is just over an $83,000 increase in your median sales price. It's about a 14% increase year over year. And for South County, we actually saw a pretty heavy decrease in days on market. So we're actually seeing 13 days on market versus 35 days on market previous year. So things were moving pretty fast in the South County there. Which also brings us to the month supply of inventory, which is pretty much one of the lowest, if not the lowest in the county right now, which we're only looking at 0.6 months worth of homes for those buyers out there, versus last year we had 1.7 months supply of inventory. So people are moving real fast out there. And so lastly, that brings us to our East County areas. This starts getting into the Santee, El Cajon, surrounding areas out there. So this has definitely been where we've seen, percentage-wise, one of the bigger increases in home price, median value. So we're looking at $625,000 median home price out there right now, which is up from $536,000 year over year. So you're seeing about an $89,000 increase in median sales price year over year, which is percentage-wise 16.6% up from the year over year last year. So a lot of people are moving out there, which is creating a lot of demand, pushing those prices up for sure. Days on market right now out there, it's 19 days on market versus 36 days on market the previous year. So things, again, moving quickly. And so looking at our month supply of inventory out in the East County there, we're looking at 0.9 months. Again, not even a full month supply of inventory for those buyers out there to choose from, which is down from 2.3 months supply the previous year. You know, to summarize, 2020 was nuts. It was really, really nuts. You know it, I know it. It was like no other. Up to about May, we were just kind of like freaking out, trying to figure out, okay, what is happening? Where is it gonna go? What do we do? And so everyone tightened up. A lot of sellers took their home off the market. A lot of sellers that were gonna sell decided not to. So this just shrank inventory. So right around May, inventory completely dropped, like really, really dropped a lot. And the big thing that we saw, a big shift, was people moving from cities, downtowns, into the suburbs. So that even it kind of compounded that whole thing even more, because you have all these buyers competing for this nice little detached home, you know, 3-bed, 2-bath home with some space. You have all of them competing on that. Plus you have all the people exiting the cities from LA, Bay Area, even downtown San Diego, moving up, you know, north, whatever it might be. So you're really seeing that happen, which is compounded on that problem. So interesting thing to look at. If we look at just downtown, 92101 zip code, they actually had a decrease of about 4% in their median sales price. So one of the few areas that has a decrease in sales price compared to everyone on average having about a 14% increase in sales price. So that really kind of proves that point, shows us what's going on, what's the shift, and what buyers are looking for. So that's my take there on the market. So what do you do? What do you do as a seller, as a buyer? You know, what do you do right now? So if you are a seller, a homeowner, and you held off selling in 2020, and you are thinking, should you do it now? It depends on where you're moving to. You know, as a seller, you're gonna do great. You're gonna make a ton of money because the price is just going through the roof. You'll sell it quickly. It'll be good for you, but it depends on where you need to move. If you're gonna move in the same area, look at your budget of, you know, what equity you have. Is that gonna be transferable into your new place to keep you around the same payment that you're looking at? But if you're moving out of state into a more affordable area, which a lot of people are right now, they're definitely moving out of San Diego or out of California, you can afford a lot more house pretty much anywhere in the country, outside of California, basically. So if you have a lot of equity, you can really, really do well. Maybe it's your retirement equity that you want to move out of California. Those are all great moves. You know, definitely be smart wherever you move to. I would say hold it for between, you know, a 5 to 7 year period. Don't make a move within there in case we do go through a big dip, which it's very likely that we're gonna see that at some point. We never know when. But if you're a seller, you're gonna do really well. And as a buyer, well, I'll be honest, really tough right now. So if you absolutely need to buy, and that's what you've decided that you, for your family, whatever the case, everyone has to move for different reasons. I get it. So if you're in that window where you have to move, you really want to make that move, you need to do a couple things. You need to talk to your lender immediately. Have her go through your numbers, your debts, your income. Get all that stuff really, really dialed in. Get that full approval. Get it fully underwritten as much as you can, and have that ready. Get that down payment money ready to go. Get that really good earnest money, which typically when you make an offer within the first 3 days of making the offer, you put some sort of earnest money consideration. Bump that up a bit. Don't just do like a 1% of the purchase price. Look at doing 2, 3%, whatever you can. Increase that amount. So have those funds ready in a liquid account, so that way when you find that house that you love, you go in there, you view it, you fall in love, you write that offer that night, you put that strong offer in. Shorten those contingencies. Don't put really long inspection periods. Get in, get out, figure out if you like it. Sellers don't want to wait around for you to, kind of take your time. And be ready to compete. There's going to be a lot of buyers looking at the same house. So as soon as you see a house pop on the market, you need to be there the next day at a minimum. I'm serious. You see a house you like, you need to be there tomorrow and looking at it, decide if it's right for you. And if it is, you need to make that offer like that afternoon, that evening, and present it, because stuff is moving. I'll see houses go in 3 days. So be prepared, and also look at stuff that's just a little bit under the top end, of your price point. Give yourself some wiggle room of, sometimes $50,000 over what you're looking at, because you're probably going to have to compete. You probably have to go over asking at times. So be ready. So if you're just looking at everything that's at the very top end of what you can afford, you really probably won't be able to compete, because people will outbid you. So be prepared to be able to outbid other buyers. And if you are not looking to make a move, you're just a homeowner, again, if you have not refinanced your home, within the last 3 years, going back to 2018, a 4.7% interest rate versus a 2.89% interest rate. It varies for a 15-year fix as well too, depending on what you want to do. You can save a lot of money. You can save a ton of money. So look at refinancing. I really don't recommend taking any sort of cash out unless it's paying off bad debts, bad credit cards, things like that you're having a hard time paying off, just wrapping those into a much lower interest rate. Just kind of making one bad debt, move it into a much better rate. But I really don't recommend taking any cash out right now. Just looking at where the market could potentially go in the next year, 2, 3, we don't know. But you can definitely save some money if you just refinance at interest rate. So I would highly, highly recommend talk to your lender, look at that, see what they can save you. So that's it. Thanks for watching. I hope I didn't go too long, but I really like to give my perspective take on what I really make of the numbers, because numbers are just boring numbers unless you have someone help you interpret them. So hopefully there's some value for you. If you have any questions on it, feel free to contact me. All my contact information is below. And again, if you like the video, definitely give me that like. And again, if you like the channel, you want to see more of this, hit subscribe, and we'll do it again.